Hi, I'm Amanda Robbins, and I want to talk to you about vaccinations and immunizations. Vaccinations and immunizations are a touchy subject in a lot of people's eyes. The truth is, getting vaccinated will do two things: they'll prevent diseases and prevent the spreading of diseases. There's so many different kinds of vaccinations for many different types of diseases. Some you get as kids, and babies, and some you get as young adults, and some you get well into adulthood, like your tetanus shots and flu shots and hepatitis, and you. There are many different types of diseases that can be prevented with just getting a shot. A lot of people worry about the side effects. And yeah, you can get a side effect. The side effects most likely will be redness and soreness in the arm, maybe a little bit of swelling. You can run a low grade fever. You may be a little bit tired, but those are the most common side effects. The chances of anything else happening are very, very low. First, a little background on what vaccinations are. A vaccination and immunization is a weakened form of the disease given in shot form. The human immune system creates antibodies to fight off the disease, therefore leaving the body 90% to 100% able to fight off from ever getting it again. And if by chance it is caught again, it's with milder or very few symptoms. People fear the unknown. With the right amount of research and the correct research, the myths and stories of vaccinations and immunizations could be eradicated. Just like a lot of the diseases that have been eradicated by simply getting your vaccinations. There are a lot of different types of diseases and vaccines. To name a few, hepatitis B, which is blood-borne virus affecting the liver. Diphtheria, which is an infection that causes thick black coating in the back of your throat. There's the flu shot, which there are always exceptions. My boys cannot get the flu shot. They are allergic to one of the ingredients. We did not know that until they got it. Their legs swelled up, and that's something that we chose not to do again. However, there are very few circumstances that make it so that you cannot get the more severe vaccinations, like polio, which destroys nerve cells in the spinal cord. Um, Influenza, the flu, is terrible, yes, but in dealing with measles and mumps, you can also get the varicella vaccine, also known as chickenpox vaccine, which many of us as children, I'm sure, got the chickenpox. But from personal experience, why would I allow my children to get the chickenpox, to catch them, when I could save them the pain and suffering of having to deal with them by simply getting vaccinated against them? Plus, if you have had the chickenpox, you also have a higher risk of catching shingles as an adult. Shingles is a viral infection that causes painful blistering on the skin, much like chickenpox, except for you are an adult. With the discovery of vaccinations, many commonly known viruses were very close to eradication. Until recently, vaccinating was very common. It wasn't until just a few years ago that deciding not to vaccinate your children was even considered. Measles, mumps, whooping cough, polio, and smallpox are just a few of the diseases that were very close to being gone. However, in the United States in 2014, there were 667 confirmed cases of just the measles. Now, a lot of the myths surrounding vaccinations and immunizations are mostly the fear of the unknown. Not knowing what a disease is does not mean you do not have to vaccinate. Not knowing should make you want to vaccinate your child from whatever it may be. If you don't know what scarlet fever is, if you don't know what the measles are, why wouldn't you want to protect your child from that? Another myth is if you get a vaccine, you will get the virus. That is also false. The vaccine itself is a weakened dose of the virus or disease. It is to help your body's natural immune system build antibodies to protect itself from the actual disease. Vaccines are risky because of the mercury-based preservation thimerosal. Again, this is false. Mercury has not been in vaccinations since 2001. And probably the most infuriating, in my opinion, but common myth is that vaccines cause autism. As a mother of a 2-year-old son with autism, I would never choose not to vaccinate my children. There is zero proof that vaccines cause autism. In 2004, the Institute of Medicine concluded there is no link between vaccines and autism. So while, yes, it's true that a lot of the ingredients in vaccines have changed over the years, they have changed for the better. They protect you against diseases and they prevent the spread of viruses and diseases. It is irresponsible to assume that you or your child are safe from these life-changing diseases. It is an also known fact that just because you do not have a symptom, if you are unvaccinated and exposed to it, you can spread it. So if you haven't vaccinated your kids, in my opinion, you should. If you are not vaccinated, get vaccinated. Because spreading these horrific diseases to people who are unable to get vaccinated is cruel.